Hi, I'm Keiko. In the last TED lesson, we talked about how important it is to carefully plan your final words. Today, I'll show you another technique that will give your speech a powerful ending. The technique is connect your ideas to a bigger context. Help your audience take a step back and see how your work and ideas fit into a bigger picture. Let's call it the bigger picture technique. So in your presentation, you talk about your work, what you did, how it worked, and so on. At the end of your speech, you can use the next time technique we talked about in the last TED lesson and explain how each listener can use your work in their life and improve their life. Or you can use the bigger picture technique and show what your work implies in a broader context. To use the bigger picture technique, ask yourself, what does my work mean to the world? How does my work promote the visions or missions of the organization hosting a conference? Or how does my work support the theme of the conference? So when the audience can view your work or ideas in a larger context like this, they'll be able to better appreciate the significance of your work. Today, you're going to watch a TED Talk called How to Speak So That People Want to Listen. It's such a wonderful talk. There are many things you'll be able to take away from it in terms of both content and presentation skills. But how the speaker ends his speech is particularly powerful. So listen carefully to what he says in the conclusion and see how elegantly he connects his ideas together. What did you think? The speaker not only showed us useful techniques we can use, but he also presented the information in such an elegant way. Now, did you see how he used the bigger picture technique at the end of his speech? He helped us recognize it because he used phrases like, let me just put this in context, and to make that a bit larger. So this was his conclusion. Now, let me just put this in context to close. This is a serious point here. This is where we are now, right? We speak not very well to people who simply aren't listening in an environment that's all about noise and bad acoustics. I have talked about that on this stage in different phases. Here, he illustrated the problem in a bigger context. Then he described an ideal world. What would the world be like if we were speaking powerfully to people who were listening consciously in environments which were actually fit for purpose? Or to make that a bit larger, what would the world be like if we were creating sound consciously and consuming sound consciously and designing all our environments consciously for sound? So this is the world. This is the kind of world we would get if we all followed his suggestions he made in his speech. Then came the final sentence where he beautifully incorporated the slogan of TED. That would be a world that does sound beautiful, and one where understanding would be the norm, and that is an idea worth spreading. What if he had ended his speech by saying, "Today I've talked about 7 sins of speaking, 4 rules for speaking, and 6 aspects of voice you can control. Thanks." That would have given us a completely different impression. We feel as excited as we are now about implementing his suggestions because he helped us see what that would mean to the world. How you end your speech can change the impression of your entire speech. When you present your research, you might be focused on details, but take a step back and ask yourself, what does it mean to the broader world? Or how does it promote the visions of the organization or the conference? It will give you new appreciation for your own work, as well as a powerful ending to your speech that'll stay in your audience's mind for a long time. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time.